So there have been several high profile cases here, in the last couple of years of younger kids, like in the tween ages, who have ended their life due to bullying, and a lot of it online or cyberbullying. And I'm in a couple of mom groups. I've talked on here before how I'm in a couple of mom groups for like tween girls particularly. And there is a lot of conversation in those groups about, people's children being bullied, what the school does or doesn't do about it, should you press legal charges, etc. But one thing that really stands out to me in the comments is that no one seems to think that their kids are the people who are the bullies. Can't be that everybody's kid is being bullied and there are no bullies. Some of your kids, some of our children are the bullies. And either we are not monitoring, not self-aware, or maybe we don't recognize the behavior because we are adult bullies. I mean, it's like the options, right? And this is important to me because, my daughter is a tween and, has experienced some bullying herself, but has, for what I would say, perpetrated also some, what I'm going to call mean girl behavior. I don't even know if it would rise to the point of bullying, but it's, what I'm calling mean girl behavior or just exclusionary behavior. Me is something that is not the way she would want to be treated. And that's how I try to teach her, because I think what I've noticed is that it seems like it's hard for people to accept bullying onto themselves. So how I try to explain to her is your behavior the behavior that you would want people to treat you with? And if it's not, then it's problematic. Whether or not they believe it rises to the point of being a bully or even rises to the point of being mean, if you're doing things that you don't want people to do to you, then it's a problem. And I think more parents have to really open their eyes to see that your children are the ones who are participating in this behavior. And I'm going to give you an example that I addressed with my daughter like last year. And it's that, for whatever reason in this fourth grade class, they decided to basically make little different friend groups. They had a name for it. I can't remember it now, but they all had different friend groups of 5 or 6 people. Right. And so, she had this group of people that she decided to join to be in this 5 or 6 friend group. And they all had given themselves little jobs, basically, little roles in there. You're the parent, so you're the one kind of watching out for the kids. You're the protector. I don't even know where this came from, but this is kind of how they had split themselves up into these different groups. And so there was this one girl in her class who, wanted to play with her one day. She didn't necessarily want to be in the friend group, but she just wanted to play with them. And so my daughter, was telling me how she told her that, she could be her friend privately, but when they got to the playground and stuff like that, she couldn't really be her friend publicly because she wasn't in this friend group. She told me this one day coming home from school. And so, I kind of had to marinate that. Because, if you want the kids to talk to you, you have to just kind of leave the dialogue open. So oftentimes when I hear something that's kind of bringing an alarm bell to me, I'll listen to it, kind of marinate on it. I'll give it maybe a day or so, and then I'll bring it back for conversation when I feel like the energy is not there with it. So she'll be more receptive to listening. Because with my daughter, if she feels at any time that she's going to be in trouble, everything cuts off. She's not listening anymore. She's in full defense mode. I don't want to get negative consequences. What do I have to say to get out of this situation? So I try to bring it back up later as just a conversation. And so, I brought it back up to her and I was like, when you first came to this school, you had a hard time connecting and making friends. And you have told me that you were on the playground at times, just kind of sitting by yourself, that you went up to try to play basketball or do other things and people kind of wouldn't let you play. And you have talked to me. And I remember how hard it was for her, particularly when she was first placed with us in another new school. She had moved around, trying to go through that being a new kid again. And it was hard for her being kind of out of the loop and kind of out of, the group, I guess. And I said, I remember how hard that was for you. And, this other person is coming now and kind of wants to be your friend. You told me that you like her. I mean, you've talked positively about her, but you're saying now you won't even be her friend publicly because she's not part of this group. And, I asked her, I'm like, I wonder, how do you think that would make her feel? Oh, she's like, I'm not sure how she would feel. How do you think it would make you feel then? You felt being out of the group. So what do you think, how do you think it would make you feel if that happened to you? I mean, just really trying to build some empathy, if cognitively, if not, the other way, but at least to think about it, because I know my daughter's personality, and just considering, her life history and things like that, she so strongly wants to belong. She so strongly wants to be part of a group. I ain't even gonna say she always want to be liked, but she definitely wants to be kind of part of the group. She doesn't want to be excluding people. Man, it just kind of really blows my mind, but I know how important it is, right, at this age to have friends and to want to be part of things. But, I try to explain to her, we should really question ourselves if we are acting in a way that puts us part of a group to where we're now doing behavior to other people that was painful and harmful to us. Even though I know it's normal kind of behavior for this age, I do still want her to think how her actions are impacting other people, particularly when it's something that she struggled with, that she can directly relate to how that would feel. And I want to build empathy for her for other people, and so we can't do that if we just think our children are totally golden and never participating in any mean girl behavior, any cyberbullying, and just talking to the kids. It's not like they're going to tell you, well, at least with my daughter, like I said, if she gets any sense that she's in trouble, the conversation is cutting down and I'm not going to get really what's going on. So trying to have a conversation. Now, we don't have natural consequences if that needs to happen, but I think trying to keep the dialogue open such that you can pick up when your child may be the problem, because somebody's kid is the problem. Somebody's child is the problem, right? If bullying is happening, somebody is doing it. So if it's not your child, then whose child is it? We have to be open to exploring that with our own kids, and even looking at our own behavior, looking at the comments and things that we're saying, and are our kids mimicking behaviors we have, spreading beliefs and things that we have taught them? Where are they getting these ideas from? That's what I ask. I mean, when sometimes something happens, I'm like, where do you get that from? But anyway, I just want to say that because I feel like in these conversations about bullying, nobody is talking about the fact that your kid may be the one that is problematic.